Good morning, YouTube. You are on the lifeboat. My mirror is mirrored. This is Captain Calhoun speaking. Welcome aboard. Good morning. Happy Saturday, friends. We're doing it. I'm feeling a little better, on the up and up for sure, but we need to definitely keep it going. So I'm not going to do a full show, but we're going to hang out. We're going to talk. I'm going to tell you what's on my mind. I did not wake up happy this morning. I tell you what, I'm just not looking forward to the next 3 days, I think. But these 3 days will pass. Um, and I'm going to work on my mental in the meantime. I tell you what. But I have some things I want to speak to you about. Honestly, I kind of want to bounce some ideas off you. Maybe I should have brushed my hair. Give me just a. This is fine. I can use this. Sometimes when I wake up not happy, I jump in the shower and it like jump starts my engine. So that's what I did. I feel a little better. I definitely feel clean. So that's good. Kevin Hawthorne, Majesty Beta, Cindy G, James Collins, Corinne, Hunter Bay. What's going on, guys? Welcome in. Good morning, Andrew B, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Heck yeah, guys. Kathy Ann, Robin, Bernsey, Tina Marie. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing well. Happy Saturday, Roberta, Jeremy. Heck yeah, guys. Whenever I see Jeremy, I think of music because we're always talking music. Dude, I finally admitted to myself after all these years, I just want to be a bassist. I really enjoy music and all these instruments, and I've never owned a bass. And I think once upon a time when I was a kid, I expressed this to a family member, and I think they said to me, "Dude, guitar's way cooler. You don't want to play bass." And I think that stuck with me. But I do want to play bass. Fun fact of the day: I've admitted to myself that I'm a bassist, not a guitarist, even though I don't play bass. I play guitar. But you see what I'm saying? I think that in my future, there's going to be a little bass guitar action. Bobby Jean, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Lisa Trimbo, how are you? It's good to see you. I love it when your name pops up. I tell you what, this is not going to work. It's too hot. Not going to work. Panda Kelly, hello. Flick Fox, Rona. Hey, guys. So on my recent Salt Lake trip, I had a lot of plans, and when you live somewhere for 10 plus years and then you move away and you come back to visit, everybody wants to see you, and it's going to be kind of hard to do all of that, to fit everything in, especially when family is also involved, because family takes precedence. So I didn't end up getting to do all the stuff that I wanted to do. Brianna Miller, it's good to see you this morning. Love it. Hello. Didn't get to do everything I wanted to do. One of these things was to go see my friend Margaret. And Margaret is a friend of mine that I worry about a lot. We got sober together way back in the day. The first time around, we met in AA. And I love her to death. I've been in love with her since we met. And, I want to say, I'd like to think that I'm a logical individual. And we never really, dated or anything like that. But we've been really, really good friends, right? And she's not doing too well. She's definitely back on the sauce. And, God knows what else, but her life's falling apart around her, and it's really hard to see. It's really hard to see her. The last few times, 3 or 4 times that I've seen her, I'm going to try and look you guys in the eye, but it makes me uncomfortable. This whole thing makes me uncomfortable. It's been really hard to be around her, like in her space, in her presence, her energy itself, like being around her is like triggering to me, because we did a lot of blow together. But like this other part of me wants to save her. I can't save her. That's not something that I have the power to do. But there's that part of me that has that sentiment, just wants to run over there and do whatever I can, but try to be logical about it. And I can't picture myself making a difference. That being said, if I had the ability to go visit her while I was out there, I would have. You know what I mean? That's definitely not. That didn't stop me from going to visit. I was going to go put myself in that position regardless, because I want to know. I want to know and not worry about it, thinking and wondering like I'm doing now, right? But I tell you what, just been thinking about this, I guess, all morning. That's what's been on my mind. Shimmy do Bawabi. Welcome in. Good to see you. Um, but lots of thoughts. So many thoughts. So many thoughts of our experiences together. I hope she makes it, but I don't think she's gonna. And I don't know if involving myself more personally would hurt me. I mean, I guess it's bound to hurt me, or it's at least definitely has the potential to. I don't know if it would benefit her at all, which is the point. So just thinking about it a lot, thinking about it a lot. And I get to choose how involved I get with other people's recovery. Does that make sense? And this goes for everybody, right? One of the things that we do is we try to share what we've been given, right? We try to share the knowledge, help someone up when they're down, right? Because someone helped me up when I was down, kind of thing, right? That's something we talk about a lot. And I don't know where I was going with that, but I get to choose how involved I get in other people's recovery. And this, usually I know how involved I want to get pretty quickly. It's not a difficult decision, but I am on the fence with this one. I want to be very, very involved. But my involvement, I can't see it making a difference at all. So I don't know what to do. If I lived in Salt Lake, it would be a little bit different. But I tell you what, let's definitely get some ones up for her. I love her. I miss her. She deserves better. But again, I'm not with her all the time. I don't really know, but I would have to imagine that, her misery is of her own design, whether she sees it or not. But maybe that's unfair of me to think or to say. And maybe this is what I need to do, Brianna. Maybe this is what I've been feeling, right? I need to sit with her in that moment or something. Spanx, you can't save everyone, says Brianna. Sometimes you just have to sit with them in that moment. That being said, if it's going to cost your mental health, you have to step away. No shame. That's right. That's right. Hell yeah. Thank you, Brianna. Hell yeah. And I don't think I'm in a position where it'll pull me under, right? I just don't like maybe maybe just having someone around that loves her and cares is enough, right? To make a small difference. And it's not like I'm not imagining that my presence is going to completely change what's going on, but I definitely am thinking of her in this place where she doesn't have a lot. She doesn't have a lot of people around her, right? People that actually care. Her parents live down the street, but I met them in AA, and I imagine they don't know what to do anymore. You know what I mean? In fact, the last time we spoke, which was years ago, they didn't know what to do anymore and they were asking me for help and I didn't know what to do. You know what I mean? So it looks bleak, but she's always on my mind and on my heart. You know what I mean? In fact, I think I might call her today, even though I don't think it's going to go well. I might just do it to see how it's going. And I tell you what, Rona, my oxygen mask is fully on. You know what I mean? It is all the way on. I'm doing great. And I don't necessarily think that, like, I could think about it logically and then I could think about it emotionally, right? Logically, I don't think I'm making much of a difference. And I don't think I'm really I am putting myself at risk if I were to be over there, but something I can handle, right? It's no different than going to the bar or the strip club, right? Which is not something that I do, but it's something that I have successfully done, right? It's something that I'm capable of doing. Not that I would do that. But I've been through worse. I'm sure that I could go fucking give her a helping hand. Pardon my language. But on the other hand, emotionally, um, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with that either. And one of my favorite things to say is the circle got smaller. Everybody can't go, right? Well, I've never been more unhappy to say that than in this situation. Usually when I say that, it's like a weight off my shoulders. Like, whew, okay, that's cool. Whatever then. I guess I don't have to worry about that. Well, I really like this person, this human. We've shared a lot of wonderful times. And I don't know. I don't think that analyzing our relationship is really called for either, right? Maybe just remember the good times and revel in that. But Sucks, man. It really sucks. Pretty sure that she just had to put her dog down. Lots of sad stuff. I feel a lot better today. I'm definitely not going to do a full episode. My throat does not feel like it's going to hurt, but we might as well give it a buffer day. Who knows? Yesterday, when I was about to go to bed, my throat felt like crap, so I'm not going to push it today. But I am coming very, very soon back to full involvement. We're going to be doing some crocheting, some painting, and on Calhoun's Corner, we're going to have some sort of recovery aspect because that's pretty much what we do. It's pretty much what I'm involved in. So I'm going to have to somehow involve recovery over there, even though we're doing novel experiences together, which is recovery. I think that we need more. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Jeremy says it's like your dad says, if you're not moving forward, you're moving backwards. Seems like you'd be turning back, but you know how to handle it well. And I do think it would be turning back, right? Like when and if I move back to Salt Lake City, it's going to be a long time from now, right? It's going to be at least a couple years. I got stuff to do. I have things to accomplish before I do definitely think about moving back a lot, though. It's something that I definitely have in the long-term plan. But who knows? Maybe I'll meet a nice Arizona girl and I won't care about that anymore. I tell you what, I've got a lot of friends and family out there, but there's no reason that we can't bridge the gap without me living there, right? All my friends are well-traveled heathens. I'm sure that we could get together, you know? Let's also get some ones up for Miss Sunrise Dawn and her friend Kevin and anyone else out there that's struggling, that needs a little extra help today. Very sick with pneumonia. And almost didn't make it. He's slowly improving, but has a long road ahead. Oh no. Oh no. I hope he pulls the nose up. I tell you what. Spanx, what is the impulse to recover? Asks Beta. To fight for a change in your opinion? Some say you have to hit the bottom and lose everything to get up from there and fight for yourself, but I don't know. Well, there's always a deeper bottom, There's always another bottom. And it doesn't do to think about that when you're hitting the bottom, but when you're me sitting here in recovery, I've hit many bottoms. And thinking about Margaret, she's hit many bottoms. So I wonder what the difference is, right? Do you just get sick and tired of being sick and tired? What happens? What changes? If we could identify this and then recreate it, we could actually save people. Not that we're not doing making a big difference, but you know what I mean? Imagine being able to snap your fingers and save somebody. That would be really cool. If we could actually figure out what the difference is, and it's something internal that can't quite be measured properly, right? I'm sure of it. I'm sure it's something that can't quite be measured, but there's something that changes inside. And they call it in AA, they call it the psychic shift. They call it we did a show on it one time. It was called something about spiritual awakening. Crawling out of the hole, Bobby Jean. Welcome back. Welcome back to the light. I love that photo. That looks like how I picture the Incubus song, Pardon Me, going. Pardon me while I burst into flames. Tommy Bird, I feel a lot better. We're not going to push it today. We're going to give it a buffer day, but tomorrow I think we'll be back on a full show schedule. So we'll see. Wish me luck. Keep your fingers crossed. I'm going to do absolutely zero talking the rest of the day, so maybe I'll be good. Flick Fox says, I feel you, Spanx. Some people just have a place in your heart. You can't help but want to turn back and run into that fire to save them, even knowing you could lose yourself in the process. It's rough. It is wonderful knowing that this isn't like a novel sentiment, right? I'm not the first person to ever feel this way. Thank you for that. I just noticed when I'm feeling like heavy emotions, I get this like gargoyle face, this like stone face. And it's always a subconscious thing. I've never noticed it before. Because when I'm happy, I'm smiling, I'm giggling, I'm showing my teeth, like I'm an animated individual. When I'm dealing with negative emotions, I get very stoic. Have you guys noticed a difference in my face today? I'm just not trying to smile for some reason. My subconscious won't allow me to be happy right now. I mean, that's obviously not true. I'm super happy, but it's an interesting self knowledge how I deal with emotions. I generally have a difficult time crying. I wonder. Keep digging might figure out how to make that happen. Robin says, "Do you know what you had? Flu, bronchitis?" No, I do not. Although I keep seeing that there's a commercial I keep seeing. COVID, Paxlovid. I'm not waiting. I'm gonna get Paxlovid. It's COVID, Paxlovid. It's a funny, stupid commercial. I like funny, stupid commercials. I have no idea what I had, but it definitely seemed quite like my fourth time having COVID. COVID's like the new common cold. In fact, I think I get COVID more often than I get the cold these days. I get COVID. I've gotten COVID at least 3 times. I obviously didn't get tested this time, right? But and I wonder maybe I wonder about COVID. I don't want to like start a conspiracy episode or anything, but uh, I mean, I'm definitely sick for a long time when I have COVID. But I don't know. I could see myself if I was less healthy, I could see it being a problem. So maybe I shouldn't talk mess. Maybe I shouldn't talk mess. But I'm very grateful at my absolute peak health here. I mean, it's not peak health. I could definitely eat some more veggies, but uh, I'm very grateful that I didn't have pre-existing conditions going into having COVID. I tell you what. Brianna says I just lost a very good friend. He's been one of my best friends for the better part of 10 years. Had to step away from my own mental health. Hurts so much. I'm sorry you're going through this. I'm sorry you're going through this, Brianna. It sucks, doesn't it? It sucks something awful. And I still have hope, but it's not something I'm holding on to. It's not something I'm gripping, right? It's just something I'm observing. So I don't want to get hurt anymore. I'm having a really hard time looking at you guys. I'm sorry. I like this a lot, Cindy. I like this a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Spanx, if you missed it, when in doubt, what would you tell your sister to do faced with this problem? I'm going to have to write in my journal about this. I don't think that's something I can immediately answer. It's definitely something that will require some brain power. I'm going to have to engage my brain for sure on that one. But I think this is a great question. In fact, out of fear of forgetting, I'm going to write it down in my ravings of a recovered addict. In fact, we're going to change that to recovering. I don't have a high horse. What would I tell Cedar? Love you, Brianna. That really does blow. I will say though, it feels good knowing I'm not the only one, which is a weird. If you think about that, it's like I'm feeling good that someone else is feeling bad, but really I'm feeling good because someone else is feeling exactly what I'm feeling, right? Two different things, but sometimes I wonder to myself, why do I feel good because someone else also feels as cruddy as I do? Well, it's because we're not alone, and that's comforting, right? But it is a small comfort, although I wish neither of us had to deal with any of this crap. I tell you what. I have so much stuff to write in the ravings of a recovering addict, although I rarely write them down. That's my thing. I'm trying to get back into thought paper. And if it was music, it would be thought strings. So like as soon as I have that creative idea, you got to put it into action, write it down, log it, use it, do something with it. Otherwise, it'll immediately be gone. Thank you, Mario. I feel like I need to at this point. It definitely is not the easiest thing, but Mary O says, Spanx, it's hard to come here in front of us all and be vulnerable. It hurts, but it's healing. Do what you can, and that's good enough, in my honest opinion. I feel like now, after I've been doing it for like over a year, I feel like I need to do it now. I feel like if I don't do it, I'm not doing myself a service, or I'm going backwards, like my dad says, right? I feel like part of coming on here is me moving forward. There is still all kinds of dark, dusty rocks in my subconscious, in my past, that haven't been looked at or turned over in years and years and years. You know, they're growing mold. They've been sitting there so long. Um, they're growing their own environment. So, I mean, there's definitely still a ton of stuff to go through, and I'm sure that you guys will be there for it. I'm sure that we'll uncover that crap together. Tommy Bird, when I saw this coming in my sub somehow. Unfortunately, Tommy says, misery always has and always will. Love that company. Choose contentment. I wish contentment, click, 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 click. I wish contentment, bing, 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 bing. The alarms are going off. I wish contentment was something that loved so much company. You know what I mean? Why does, I guess misery, it makes sense though. Misery loves company because you don't want to feel alone when you're feeling crappy, right? It's like double crap. But, you know, contentment, you're already feeling good, so you don't really need a whole lot more. It's interesting. I wonder if we could shift that thinking paradigm. What if when I was feeling good, I just wanted to share it with everybody? You know what I mean? What if that's how everybody felt? What if that was the natural way rather than this other negative opposite way? That would be pretty cool. A boy can dream. Brianna Miller says, question, today is my sister's birthday. Blah, blah, blah. I can't afford to buy her anything, so I thought I would just write her a nice letter. Problem is, I don't know what to say. What would you write to Cedar? I need inspiration. Well, first off, I would break out some colored pencils or some crayons or some markers, and I would draw her some pictures, no matter how stupid or silly they seemed, because it would put a smile on her face. You know what I mean? So I'll put some color on there, a little bit of creativity. It doesn't have to be like pictures. Maybe I draw a border, right? I'm like, dear, beautiful sister, dear, wonderful sister. You know, I get a little fancy with it, and I would just thank her for like being my sister. You're my favorite sister. She's my only sister. That's actually not true, but she's the only sister that I have that she remembers. So whenever I say that to her, she's like, "I'm your only sister," but she's not. Anyways, I would write nice things and maybe put like a nice border or some colors or some pictures. Tell her you love her and just, yeah, thank her for being your sister. Keep it short and sweet. It's the thought that counts, right? So me putting some time into coloring and whatever that part, that's like the effort, right? That's the effort that makes a person smile. And then you tell them something sweet and they can't help but smile, you know? Then the smile doesn't want to leave their face. That's my opinion. Jinx says you don't know you have COVID until you get tested. Well, in that one ad, they don't want to wait for the test, so they're going to get Paxlovid. I just thought that was funny. I am not going to go get tested. Thank you very much. I appreciate you telling me what to do. I'm feeling better now. I haven't had contact with anybody. I think I can handle my own life. I appreciate the thought. Thank you. Yeah, tell her how much a memory you guys share means to you, says Johnny. I think that's a great idea. Often I will pull on shared experiences, right? When I'm speaking with my sister and we need something, sometimes I'll pull on something that we've experienced together. I'll bring up an old memory or I'll make fun of her in a way that used to make her laugh or something. You know what I mean? Just trying, yeah, just fishing around for that goodness. Once you talked to me when I was trying to help someone, it was too much for me, so I had to let it go. It was hard knowing I Couldn't help. Thank you for your support, by the way, Lisa Trimble. It's hard, like making the decision to help someone when we are who we are and we are where we are, right? On our journey. And it's even harder to like make that decision to help someone and then down the line realize like, whoa, I'm in over my head. So I just want to give a shout out to Lisa for making that phone call, for doing the about face and turning around, because often I'll find myself in that position and I'll keep forging forward. You know what I mean? Because it's more comfortable to my ego, right? I don't have to like let it go. I don't have to just turn around and admit defeat, right? But I have to say, forging forward is destructive for me and for the other person. So hats off to you for doing what you needed to do, right? For being willing to go and do something like this, and then realizing you're not necessarily in the best position to do so, and then handling it. I think that that's wonderful, and definitely not how that always goes. Tina Marie, I tend to agree with you, but I think that it's a fear thing. It's the thought of me getting a bunch of people sick. You know what I mean? It's the thought of me spreading this disease that caused a global pandemic. And I totally understand that sentiment as well. That's just understand that I'm a sovereign being and I get to make my decisions, and you don't have to like them. I definitely like to be liked. I don't. I'm not going about my day trying to make people mad or anything, but at the same time, my bubble isn't really made out of soap and water. It's made out of iron. You know what I'm saying? You can't come in here unless I let you. So I just sometimes I need to assert my boundaries, and that's okay. And in fact, I appreciate the thought from Jinx. It's all good. It's all love in here. It's just not something that I'm going to go do. That's all. No big deal. And on that note, I think it's time. Hit that like, subscribe, and the bell for notifications if you like what we do here. It makes a huge difference. Check out my dad, the Admiral. If you're new here, Admiral Tommy Scoville. It's the Admiral of the Lifeboat. I'm his son. I do the morning bits. Also a part of the family, we got Uncle Johnny Scoville with Chase the Heat. We've got my dad's fiance, the relatable Reese, the beautiful, wonderful, relatable Reese. Check her out. All our ripples, all our mods, the crew, anyone new, shout out to all of you. I love you. You guys are the best. You guys changed my mornings. And being gone for 15 days absolutely sucked. And it's it's pretty cool to hang out with you in the mornings again. So thanks for having me. Um, and yeah, I'll let you know how things are going in the morning, huh? Much love. Captain Calhoun out. All right. Be good to yourself today. You deserve it. Treat yourself to something nice, something selfish, just a little bit. When was the last time you did something for you?